Hey, what's good, YouTube? Today I'm going to react to how a chubby kid became an NBA legend. Obviously, we're going to talk about Nikola Jokic, the Joker. He just won a NBA championship, and he a two-time MVP. Should have been three-time, honestly. I had Giannis win an MVP. That was my MVP pick, but they gave it to Joel Embiid, which is like, bro, Joel Embiid, bro, like. Bro, I had Giannis, but it's like, bro, I rather would have took Jokic, bro, over Joel Embiid, bro. Like, come on. Come on. Give this man an MVP. This man fucking choked in the fucking playoffs again. Again. Atrocious. But, let's get into the reaction, though.
Nikola Jokic can't jump over a puddle of water. And yet, he's the best player in the NBA. The Joker is the best passing big man in basketball history.
Facts.
He bends the reality of what's possible for a center and is the lowest drafted player to ever become the NBA MVP.
Damn.
This is the story of how the pudgy kid from Serbia became an NBA champion and one of the most unusual superstars in NBA history.
Talk to
Nikola
me.
was born in Sombor, Serbia, to a poor family that housed 6 people in a cramped 2-bedroom apartment.
Damn.
What they lacked in resources, they made up for with a love for basketball. Nikola's 2 older brothers were both talented players, and their
Hey, you see that? Hey, man had a Nuggets, sweatshirt. It was destined to happen. It was destined to happen, man.
with a love for basketball. Nikola's 2 older brothers were both talented players, and their father loved basketball more than anything. But Nikola wasn't like them. He was a shy, introverted 10-year-old, short and chubby, and PE was his least favorite class in school. When his dad told him that he signed him up for his first basketball practice, Nikola cried and didn't want to go.
Damn.
He began playing the point guard position, and his coaches quickly realized that this chubby kid was pretty talented. Despite being the slowest kid in every game, Jokic could really play, and he soon fell in love with the game. However, when he was 14 years old, Jokic quit basketball. It wasn't that he didn't enjoy the game, but because he found something he cared for more than basketball.
What, horse riding?
Actually, I quit playing basketball when I was like 13, 14, and I was here for like 6 months. And then my dad needs to convince my trainer to put me back in basketball. So
Nikola would come to the local stables every day after school to clean and feed the noble creatures. However, his father made him return to basketball, saying that he might be able to buy his own stable someday. Jokic played really well in the youth ranks, and this caught the eye of the most influential basketball manager in Europe, Miško Ražnatović. Miško owned his own club called Mega, which he used as a training ground to develop talent, only to sell them later. Ražnatović found out about Jokic through the local newspaper and saw that he was averaging 20 points and 20 rebounds per game.
Damn.
But his first thought was that Jokic was just more athletic than everybody at that level, and that he was dominating because of his physical traits. So when he found out that Jokic was not physically dominant and was actually the least athletic player on the floor, the manager got fired up and demanded that this kid get signed immediately.
Somehow, nobody really paid attention on this guy. This is the first and last player in the 27 years old history of the agency that we signed him without anybody seeing him.
Without ever seeing him play, Ražnatović signed Jokic on the spot, something he hasn't done before or after. But this proved to be the best decision they both ever made.
Facts.
When he moved to Mega, Jokic started playing for their junior team, winning the MVP of the Serbian Youth League, making the first team All-EuroLeague team for juniors, and a silver medal at the Under-19 World Championship. But despite being really good, there was a problem. Nikola was too heavy to play professional basketball. Jokic couldn't do a single push-up, and he would get exhausted after the first quarter.
when I first started playing basketball back home in Serbia, Belgrade, I really couldn't do a push-up.
At the age of 17, he appeared in 5 games of the first Serbian league and averaged 2 points and 2 rebounds in 10 minutes per game.
Damn.
Mega's coaches gave him a nutrition plan, and they were killing him in practice to improve his conditioning. But Jokic barely shed any weight. They knew something wasn't right. And soon they discovered his kryptonite. Nikola was devouring a Serbian pasty called burek, like there was no tomorrow. Burek is very high in calories. And to make things worse, Jokic would wash it down with up to 3 liters of Coca-Cola
Jesus
every day.
Christ.
But what Jokic really needed was something healthy and something
Every
smart.
day.
And that's why what he really needed is today's video sponsor, AG1. Many of us working here at Nonstop actually use this amazing product every
Really,
single
nigga?
day. Tastes pretty
Really?
good, and it's as easy as taking just 1 scoop and mixing it with
Honestly?
water. Perfect way to start every day on a
Hey.
healthy note. So
I don't
what's so
blame
special
him.
about this stuff anyways?
Honestly, that was a smooth transition. I'm not gonna lie.
Vitamins and
That was
minerals,
smooth.
stress adaptogens,
But really, nigga.
probiotics, antioxidants, superfoods, and mushrooms, as well as digestive support, AG1 has it all. But the health benefits don't stop there.
Alright,
As
bro. Get your
AG1
money,
is
bro.
free
I
of
respect it.
gluten, dairy,
Get your
500
money.
pesticides and herbicides, GMOs, peanuts, added sugars, egg, lactose, or animal byproducts. So, what are the potential health benefits of AG1? Well, think better
Alright,
about
bro.
it.
Alright, bro. How long is it, bro?
Link in the description to get a 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs free with your first purchase. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. And cheers to a healthier you. The transition from junior to senior basketball is hard for every teenager. But luckily for Nikola, it coincided with the return of his older brother Nemanja from America. Nemanja Jokic played NCAA basketball for Detroit Mercy, and he could have been a professional if he didn't hang out with Darko Milicic. Darko was drafted 2nd overall by the Pistons in the 2003 draft, but he was more famous for his partying and bad behavior than for what he did on the basketball court.
Okay.
Nemanja experienced firsthand what can happen if a basketball player doesn't take basketball seriously. Realizing that his younger brother possessed tremendous talent, he influenced him to stop eating junk food and chugging Coke, and not to make the same mistakes as Darko and himself. However, a key role in the development of Nikola's career was Mega's head coach, Dejan Milojevic. Milojevic realized very early that Jokic possessed court vision like no other player he had ever seen. So he gave Nikola complete freedom on the court. In 2023, it became somewhat normal for 7-footers to bring the ball up the court like a point guard. But in 2013, this was unheard of. Jokic had the luxury to handle
Damn,
the
that
ball
was nice.
and not care about making mistakes, something that American centers his age could only dream of. Jokic showed not only an exceptional talent in passing, footwork, and ball handling, but also an approach to the game that is rarely seen in a 19-year-old. Boyishly playful, without any concern in the world,
Damn.
almost nonchalantly dishing out no-look passes like Magic Johnson.
It's about teammates, you know. When I open, I score. When I pass, you know, play basketball. Just play simple as I can, you know.
In the 2013-14 season, the coach's effort to improve his conditioning finally gave results. Jokic appeared in 38 games, averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists in 25 minutes on the court.
Okay.
After that, Raznatovic put his name in the 2014 NBA draft. But despite Jokic's early brilliance, NBA GMs were not overly excited about an unathletic and chubby 18-year-old from Europe. Ultimately, Jokic fell all the way to the 2nd round and 41st overall pick.
Hey,
when
that's
he
a
was
steal.
finally selected by the Denver Nuggets. And when his name was called, the NBA famously played a Taco Bell commercial during the pick, because
Damn.
who really cares about the 41st pick? But on the other side of the Atlantic, Jokic didn't care either. By the time his name was called, it was about 5 a.m. in Serbia, and Jokic was sound asleep. While most people would be up all night trying to find out which NBA club they'd end up playing for, 0 ducks were given by Jokic. And unlike most drafted players, Jokic wasn't too eager to come to the NBA right away, and decided to stay 1 more year in Serbia. Ultimately, his decision proved to be the right one. Despite Mega finishing 10th in the Adriatic League in the 2015 season, Jokic became the league MVP, averaging 16 points, a league-leading 9.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game.
Okay.
After that, it was time for Jokic to take his talents to America. But when he came over to play in the Summer League, Jokic did not excel, averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds in 5 games. The reason was immediately apparent to Denver coaches. No matter how much weight he lost at Mega, he was still not in great shape. So, between the Summer League and the start of the season, Jokic lost 25 pounds in a few months. But there still was one problem for him to showcase his ability. His name was Jusuf Nurkic. Nurkic was a great friend to Nikola, but on the court they were competitors, depriving each other of much-needed playing time.
Yeah,
Coach
minutes,
Malone
yeah.
tried to play both of them on the floor at the same time.
They don't work out.
That was awful, and there simply wasn't room.
Because they both
of them.
slow
After Jokic averaged
defensively,
10 points,
so
7 rebounds, and 2.5 assists as a rookie, and made the All-Rookie first team, he started his sophomore season even
Damn.
better. And then Denver executives decided to keep the 41st pick over the 16th pick and traded Nurkic, as crazy as it seemed at the time. But they were not wrong. In 2017,
Definitely
Jokic
wasn't.
improved his numbers to 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, while also finishing top 4 in the league in true shooting efficiency. In 2018, he was even better, finishing the year averaging 18, 11, and 6, becoming the most versatile offensive center in the NBA. Because he spent part of his basketball youth as a point guard, Jokic was not afraid to dribble the ball, even against much faster players, knowing that he had the big body and technique to protect the ball while running through the paint. Jokic rarely turned the ball over, despite making risky passes that would have resulted in turnovers with most other centers. But unlike Draymond Green, who was a good passer for a big man, Jokic is also dangerous as a scorer.
Yep.
Even though he's probably the least vertical player in the NBA,
He could shoot.
still kills you with polished footwork, a soft touch, and a series of head feints that drive defenders crazy.
To be honest, I always say I'm playing this way since I started playing basketball.
His lethal arsenal on the low block and passing masterclass becomes even more dangerous when you factor in his fantastic face-up game, where he becomes the most unpredictable player in the NBA. If he's facing the basket at the top of the key, there is always a danger that he'll sink a mid-range shot or a floater right in the opponent's face. If the defender gets close to him, Jokic can get past, either backing him down or facing up. And if everything else fails, he'll do his patented Sombor shuffle. Like all great players, Nikola developed a trademark move. And just like Jokic himself, it's extremely weird looking and unorthodox.
Yeah, it is weird.
The Sombor shuffle is a half step back, half fade away that looks like a crooked and clumsy version of
Look like he just chucking that
legendary
bitch,
one-legged
bro.
shot. But despite the aesthetics, it's extremely effective.
It is effective.
Right foot. Joints that he shoot on me like frustrating as hell. You feel like you've done everything you could possibly do to make him take a bad shot, and it hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
And another thing that flies under the radar with Jokic is how strong he is. When
Bro,
someone has muscles,
that nigga's
he looks
huge,
like
bro.
a strong man. That can be very deceiving. The strength is in the hips, torso, and legs. Nikola is physically stronger than most centers.
Okay.
Others may look stronger, but they are not. Jokic's athletic coach. However, despite Nikola's brilliance that led the Nuggets to a top 5 offensive team in the NBA, their defense was in the bottom 5, and a lot of the blame was on Jokic.
Yeah, he's
His lack
slow-footed.
of athleticism was
Yeah.
even more pronounced by poor stamina, which made him one of the worst defensive centers in the NBA. And despite the Nuggets improving each year and winning 46 games in 2018, they missed the playoffs by 1 game, losing the deciding game of the season against the Timberwolves. But that would all change very soon.
That strength change and condition change, he helped me a lot on the floor, you know. I don't get tired that much, I feel stronger.
In the 2019 season, Jokic continued the upward trajectory, finishing the year with 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. He made his first All-Star team and first-team All-NBA, and the Nuggets finished second in the West, making the playoffs after 6 seasons without an appearance. Denver won their first-round matchup with the Spurs, but they would lose in Game 7 against the Blazers in the second round, despite the Joker averaging a near triple-double. In 2020, Jokic made the All-NBA second team, but the Nuggets regressed, and nobody gave them much chance in the playoffs. And in the NBA bubble, things didn't start well, as Denver was losing 3-1 against Utah in the first round of the playoffs.
Hey, they came back.
But largely thanks to Jamal Murray, who got the better of Donovan Mitchell in an offensive duel for the ages, the Nuggets won the series in 7.
Facts.
In the second round against the Clippers, they were in the same hole, again falling
And
behind
came back
3-1 in
again.
the series. Then, against all odds, they did it again, made another miraculous comeback, and won another Game 7.
Long distance from Murray.
Only 11 different teams in NBA history came back after being down 3-1, and the Nuggets did it twice in the same playoffs. However, in the conference finals, the Lakers were too strong, and the Nuggets lost in 5 games.
Yep.
When the next season started, we noticed a significant change in the Joker's appearance. Usually after the season, he'd relax at home, eat tasty Serbian food, and drink Yalen beer. But this time, he came back after the summer break noticeably slimmer, and didn't have to spend the first 2 months of the season on a diet just to get into basketball shape.
I just wanted to change something, you know. I wanted to see, can I do it? Can I really change my body? And I lost a lot of pounds, and I feel much better, you know.
Because of this, we've seen his game rise from an all-star to the superstar level, and his numbers skyrocketed.
Yeah,
Jokic
MVP.
averaged 26, 11, and 8 for the 2021 season, shooting extremely efficiently from everywhere on the court. But most people already knew that he was an offensive wizard. Where Jokic made the biggest leap was his defense. He still wasn't a vertical rim protector like Rudy Gobert.
Nah, he definitely got better, though.
But what he couldn't give the Nuggets with athleticism, he made up for in hustle. His smart positioning and long arms made him a plus defender when protecting the paint. and the Nuggets were 4 points better defensively with Jokic on the court. Because of his newfound conditioning, Jokic was second among all centers in steals,
Damn.
was fourth in the entire NBA in deflections, and 12th in contested two-point shots. Jokic led the NBA in all the advanced offensive ratings, and because of his improved defense, he deservedly won an MVP award. But because Jamal Murray tore his ACL, Denver got swept in the second round of the playoffs. In 2022, the Nuggets didn't have Murray for the season, and they also lost Michael Porter Jr. after just 9 games. Without 2 of their 3 best players, Jokic almost single-handedly led the team to 48 wins and a playoff berth, with stats that were even better than the previous season. Nikola became the first player in NBA history with 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in one season, which secured him a second consecutive MVP award. His backdoor passes, no-look dimes, and touch-and-go volleyball assists became an art form. And when you're talking about the beauty of the assist, there is nobody in the NBA who does it better than Big Honey. And while many people believed he couldn't improve after that, Jokic surprised the world again. For much of the 2023 season, he averaged a triple-double, eventually finishing just 12 assists shy of a triple-double season average. His conditioning is something that nobody can question anymore, as Jokic is regularly outrunning most centers.
Yeah, bro. Like, Jokic's conditioning now is, like, top tier, bro. Like, this man be outrunning niggas. And it's like he be playing, like, fucking 40 minutes, bro. Like, he be playing, like, 38, 40 minutes a game, bro. A game. And it's like he played majority of the season as well, bro. Like, his durability is A1. Like, I'm surprised. Like, I'm honestly surprised that this man could play that many games. Like, bro, the offense rely on him so much. Like, bro, he bring the ball up the floor. He play high minutes and shit. And it's like, this man still plays like a considerable, like, amount of games, bro. Like, he played, like, a lot of games. So it's like, bro, hey, shout out to Jokic, bro. This man conditioning is A1, and his durability.
Conditioning is something that nobody can question anymore, as Jokic is regularly outrunning most centers down the floor, usually handling the ball and setting up teammates in transition. But what went under the radar is how efficient Jokic was, and that he had the most efficient shooting season in NBA history. There have been only 5 players in NBA history with a true shooting percentage over 70% for the season. And while Jokic's 2023 season is 5th on that list, everybody who is above him on that list is a center whose offensive diet largely consists of dunks, like Rudy Gobert, Mitchell Robinson, and Tyson Chandler. In 2023, Jokic only had 23 dunks, and his scoring output was mainly floaters, jump hooks, and mid-range shots. Where Jokic is by far the best in the league is in shots between 3 and 10 feet to the basket, which he's hitting with an insane 65% efficiency. While Joel Embiid won the MVP over Jokic, many would argue that it's because of voter fatigue, as Nikola once again led the league in almost all advanced metrics. An unprecedented hype around the 2023 MVP race saw many people lobbying for Embiid to get the award. Mainly Kendrick Perkins, who...
Man, Embiid shouldn't have got that shit, man. I had Giannis winning the MVP. If it wasn't going to be Giannis, then Jokic, bro. But it's like, Embiid, like, stop the cap, bro. Like, this man, he got cooked. Oh, wait, no, he didn't get cooked. He didn't get cooked. The first game that him and Jokic matched up, he cooked Jokic, all right? Cool. The second time that they were supposed to meet, that nigga ducked the smoke. He ducked the smoke. Nah, man, you can't win MVP after ducking the smoke, bro. Like, just because you cooked them, right, on your home floor, cool, you cooked Jokic. The second time around, you gotta cook him again. But, bro, he ducked the smoke and then show up to play. So it's like, nah.
MVP race saw many people lobbying for Embiid to get the award. Mainly Kendrick Perkins, who accused Jokic of stat padding, along with some very stupid racist remarks, which is better not to get into here.
What does 100 triple doubles mean to you?
I mean, when you stat padding, it's easy, you know, so...
But what's maybe even more impressive than Jokic's triple doubles is that he doesn't care about the individual awards.
Bro, he don't care,
all
bro.
about the team's success. When the reporters asked him about becoming the first player since Larry Bird who could win 3 consecutive MVP awards,
bro, I never seen anyone, like, no NBA player like Jokic that, like, honestly don't care, bro. Like, after the NBA final was over, he was like, bro, I'm ready to go to fuck home, bro. Like, bro, I'm done. Like, bro, this man was ready to go home with his fucking horses, bro.
him about becoming the first player since Larry Bird who could win 3 consecutive MVP awards, Jokic nonchalantly responded, "Larry can keep the record. I don't care. I bet Bird doesn't even know where his MVP trophies are." While Embiid publicly demanded to win the award, Jokic kept his mouth shut and continued praising his teammates. You'll never hear Nikola talk about his accomplishments. And since Tim Duncan, there hasn't been a more humble and low-key superstar.
Main on 3. 1, 2, 3. Play. Jeff, are you pumped? I love it.
But when the playoffs started, Jokic showed everyone who the real MVP was. While the Sixers lost in the second round for the 5th time in the last 6 years, with Embiid's numbers dropping across the board, the Joker dominated. And not only did he dominate, Nikola had one of the best playoff runs in NBA history. In the second round against the betting favorite Phoenix Suns, Jokic averaged a triple-double for the series, and Denver advanced in 6 games. In the conference finals, the Nuggets swept LeBron James and the Lakers, with Jokic averaging another triple-double.
Yeah, sadly.
And then in the finals against Miami, the Joker averaged 30, 14, and 7, leading the Nuggets to their first NBA title and winning the Bill Russell Finals MVP trophy, becoming the lowest drafted player ever to win the award.
Damn.
With 30 points, 13.5 rebounds, and 9.5 assists per game in the playoffs.
Well
Nikola
deserved.
became the first player in NBA playoff history to lead all players in total points, rebounds, and assists. The Joker also set the record for the most triple-doubles in a single postseason with 10, while also shooting
Wait, what? Hold on.
lead all players in total points, rebounds, and assists. The Joker
LeBron never did that? I thought LeBron did that against the Warriors one time, but no.
history to lead all players in total points, rebounds, and assists. The Joker also set the record for the most triple-doubles in a single postseason with 10, while also shooting an insanely efficient 55% from the field, 46% for 3,
Damn.
and 80% from the free throw.
Damn.
Now you are an NBA champion, Nikola. How does that feel?
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
Bro, he wanted to go
Whatever
home, bro.
his team needed, Jokic provided, making correct decisions on nearly every possession and scoring clutch baskets when the game was on the line. In historic terms, Jokic's 2023 playoff run ranks in the top 10 all-time in almost every advanced metric,
Damn.
such as offensive win shares, box plus minus, and value over replacement player. In terms of points created for his team with scoring and passing, Jokic directly contributed to 55 points per game, which is the best playoff mark ever. His numbers are like someone combined prime Shaq's scoring and rebounding, Steph's shooting, and Magic's passing, all in one. If we look at Joker's playoff averages for his entire career, he's the only player who's in the top 10 in scoring and top 20 in assists and rebounds. Another crazy statistic is that Jokic is shooting 41% for 3 in the playoffs, which is a better mark than Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Ray Allen. He's also 5th all-time in
Ray Allen, Clay, and Steph shoot at a much higher volume than Jokic. So it's like Jokic only take like what 1 3, 2 threes a game at most. So it's like, you really can't say that.
Another crazy statistic is that Jokic is shooting 41% for 3 in the playoffs, which is a better mark than Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Ray Allen. He's also 5th all-time in playoff rebounding percentage and 2nd all-time in box plus minus, behind only Michael Jordan. But when it comes to player efficiency rating in the playoffs, Jokic sits at the top, in front of Jordan and LeBron. If you didn't know, now you know. Jokic is among the top 5 best offensive players ever. And the things that used to be his weakness, stamina and defense, have now only become Nikola's strengths. Out of the 16 playoff games, the Nuggets had the
I don't know about
third-best
strength,
defensive
but they
rating.
definitely better.
In 4 out of 5 games in the finals, they held Miami to under 100 points. While most athletic bigs try to block shots, Jokic bothers and baits shots with his long arms while never jumping in the air. Because of this tactic, he never gives up defensive rebounds and is in a perfect position to run the fast break. And when you combine his IQ with active hands and nimble feet, you get an excellent defender. In the 2023 playoffs, opponents involved Jokic in over 40 pick and rolls per game, which was 8 more than any other player. It was obvious that opponents tried to attack him and make him work on defense. But when Jokic defended pick and rolls, it produced just 102 points per 100 possessions. That's a better mark than Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and Draymond Green, And they are the best defensive big men in the NBA. Jokic has signed 2 maximum deals so far, and he's likely going to sign the third one, which will make him the highest paid player in NBA history. But that doesn't matter to him whatsoever. Jokic married his high school sweetheart, and apart from his family, all he cares about is his horses. His father's prophecy came true, and Nikola was able to buy his own stable, and he even races when he's in Serbia, which makes him happier than any triple-double or an MVP award. Not bad for a chubby kid that used to drink 3 liters of Coke a day and couldn't do a single push-up.
Hey man, Jokic is definitely motivation for real. Cause the fact that this man couldn't do a single push-up but became a fucking Finals MVP and one of the greatest players of all time is it's tough. It's tough. Hey man, shout out to Jokic, man. That man definitely be working, bro. He definitely be working. But like, bro, I never seen a player like not give a fuck so much about winning a championship. Like, bro, he was like, bro, I'm ready to go home. Like that man was ready to go and ride his fucking horses. He was like, fuck this shit. I'm over. I'm over it, bro. I got my ring. I'm over it. I'm ready to go to fuck home. Okay. But hey, shout out to Jokic, man. Shout out to Jokic. But you know, like, comment, subscribe, suggest anything else to interact to. You know, down below in the comments. But check you out and next one.